Welcome back to my channel. I took some time off from posting due to work obligations, but I'm back with some updates. We are almost halfway through the year and we are making changes to our initial goals for 2023. From our first try at broiler farming, we learned a lot more about the poultry market in Burkina Faso and decided to make some changes. But exactly what changes are we making? I will tell you all about it in this video. Welcome to my channel. I'm grateful you are here. If you are new to this channel, this is a place where I share my experience of investing in my home country of Burkina Faso while I live and work abroad. I do it to get a higher return on my savings, and I do it to create jobs for the youth in my country. Despite the difficulties and the risks, I strongly believe that us in the diaspora have an important role to play in the economic development of our country. So I hope you find my experience useful and that it inspires you to do the same. When we started operation at the farm last September, we opted to raise the improved breed of the local chicken, which takes about 3 months to mature. We chose the local breed over broilers because people still prefer them over the broilers. But then after our first production, we decided to switch to broilers because we had found a distribution network that seemed viable. In this network, there are suppliers to mining companies that buy in large quantities for their employees. In case you don't know, Burkina Faso is going through a gold boom, so large mining companies are popped up around the country. But some of the buyers that express interest in the broilers are street vendors and restaurants. And before we started, we went around the city and interviewed over 200 buyers about the habit of buying broilers. So we had a solid list of potential customers before we got started. But when our first flock of broilers was ready, we couldn't find any takers immediately. The first reason is that because of the security issue that Burkina Faso is going through, many of the large mining companies that buy broilers have closed. And when we called back the street vendors, they kept asking us if we have the local breed of chicken, which is strange because before we started, we called them and they told us that they would buy broilers. After some thinking, my working theory is this: the population by and large still prefers the local breed. So when there are in ample supply, there is limited demand for broilers. But because the local breed takes a while to mature, the supply is not steady throughout the year. Unfortunately for us, when our broilers were ready in March, there was a large supply of the local breed. This is simply because all farmers stock their chicken houses for the holiday season in December and restock afterwards. So by late March, most would have enough time to have local chicken ready for market. There were two highly celebrated holidays in March and early April: Eid, celebrating the end of Ramadan, and Easter. And because the local breed was in ample supply, consumers went for those first. So we had a hard time selling our broilers. In the end, we were able to sell all of our broilers, but only after the supply for the local breed dried up. Obviously, this is not ideal because the feed consumption is very, very high, which erodes any margin that you already have. This was an excellent learning lesson for us. Markets are not well organized in our countries for us to do precise feasibility studies. So we must be willing to learn on the job and be dynamic enough to adjust on the fly. So the main change we are making is going back to the local chicken, and we'll do it a bit differently this time. Last time, we just had them indoor and raised them intensively. This time around, we'll do a system of semi-intensive approach whereby when the chicken reach a certain age, say 8 weeks, we let them out in a courtyard set up in front of the chicken barn. The courtyard is known as a run, where the chicken can run around. That way, they grow and develop that rustic taste that people love from the local chicken. Now, the goal is to become the largest farm of the local breed of chicken. To be correct, I should say the improved local breed. And if you have been following us, you know that we are also doing BSF and Azola farming. Unfortunately, we have been struggling to expand our BSF production, but our Azola is growing very nicely and we are able to produce between 30 and 35 kilograms of fresh Azola daily. That already will save us quite a bit on feed costs. Based on my rough estimate, I think we should be able to save at least 15% on feed costs. Actually, probably even more, but I'll make a separate video about that later. So, if you take anything away from this video, is to be willing to change and adapt. Don't be inflexible. Anyhow, come with us on this journey as we work hard and diligently to build the largest local chicken farm in Burkina Faso. So long and see you in the next video.